In today's show, Is Your Food Aging You? We will find out what foods cause our bodies to age faster. People sometimes feel a sense of insecurity when growing older. Living a healthy life is the simple wish of many individuals. Age is one of the primary factors that affects the functions of the human body. Did you know that your body can show signs of aging that are not in line with your actual age? Such a condition is known as premature aging. To prevent it, an important tip is to avoid habits that can speed up this process. It's essential to examine our habits because what we put into our stomachs can be reflected in our appearance. Dr. Timothy Harland, MD, Assistant Professor of Medicine at the Tulane University School of Medicine in the United States said poor quality foods like trans fats cause inflammation, and aging is basically a chronic inflammatory state. Eating unhealthy foods can definitely affect how we look. Hence, the best strategy to tackle premature aging is to eat better quality and healthy foods. Let's take a closer look at some of the foods that can potentially accelerate the aging process. Animal people meats such as bacon, hot dogs, sausages, and ham contain a high amount of sodium, saturated fats, and sulfites, which can make the skin dry and weaken collagen. Additionally, nitrates, a preservative in such animal people meats, can cause inflammation and increase wrinkles on the skin. Processed animal people meats also contain nitrates that create free radicals inside the body. The free radicals cause the oxidation of cells and DNA and may consequently lead to cancer or other health conditions. According to studies, animal people meat consumption is linked to increased high sensitivity C-reactive protein or hsCRP, which is produced by the liver. When there is ongoing inflammation in the body, the level of hsCRP increases. Clinically, an elevated level of hsCRP detected in a blood test is a useful marker that helps doctors evaluate the risk of a myocardial infarction or heart attack, stroke, peripheral arterial disease, and sudden cardiac death. Furthermore, a study found that eating animal people meat leads to high levels of arachidonic acid, which is a substance that promotes inflammation and aging. In addition to an elevated level of CRP, animal people meat increases the level of insulin-like growth factor 1 or IGF-1, which is a hormone that regulates the effects of growth hormone or GH in the body. Together, IGF-1 and GH manage cell growth in the system. However, a high level of IGF-1 is associated with cancer, in which the natural process of cell death known as apoptosis occurs abnormally. Additionally, IGF-1 fuels cancer development by promoting cell proliferation, meaning that cells divide uncontrollably. Studies show that people who adopt an animal people meat diet have higher levels of IGF-1 than vegetarians or vegans. Conversely, a plant-based diet mimics the effects of fasting and tends to reduce levels of IGF-1, thus showing an anti-aging effect. Although genetics play an important role in the length of a person's lifespan, it is not the only factor that determines how long a person lives. A population-based study investigated the genetic factors of human longevity in more than 2,800 Danish twins. The study found that only 20% of a person's longevity is determined by their genes, whereas the remaining 80% is largely affected by their lifestyle. You may have heard about the term blue zone, which refers to regions of the planet where the longevity of the residents is higher than the rest of the world. The 5 known blue zones include Okinawa, Japan, Ikaria, Greece, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and Loma Linda, California, USA. Researchers found that people living in the blue zones often live up to 100. The number of centenarians in these regions is up to 10 times more than the rate in the United States. Although the previously mentioned blue zones are distributed across the world, experts have discovered one thing in common. The diets of these local residents in the blue zones are mostly plant-based. Vegetables, nuts, whole grains, and legumes make up a large portion of what they eat. Okinawa is the largest island among the Ryukyu Islands of Japan. The Okinawa diet is well known for its dense nutrients and low glycemic index. It is primarily plant-based and consists of sweet potatoes, leafy greens, yellow root vegetables, and grains as the core ingredients. These foods are rich in vitamins and minerals and loaded with antioxidants that neutralize free radicals to lower the risk of age-related chronic diseases. If you have ever heard of the Seventh-day Adventist diet, it refers to the diet of the Adventist religious community situated in Loma Linda, California, USA. Some people in this region follow a vegan diet, which is centered on nuts, legumes, and leafy greens. Vegan diets lower the risk of chronic diseases, including type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular diseases. This may explain the longevity of the community. Learning from the blue zones, we know that what we eat affects how quickly our body ages, and adopting a healthy vegan diet is the key to boosting our wellness. To prevent aging, there are also other foods that we should avoid. Sugary foods and white bread are known for their contributions to the formation of dietary advanced glycation end products or AGEs, which exacerbates oxidative stress and cause inflammation. These are not only closely related to an increased risk of diabetes and cardiovascular diseases, but they also cause damage to collagen. Because collagen is a key component of skin, a weakened structure of collagen will reduce elasticity and hydration in the skin, thus speeding the aging of it. Fried foods such as French fries can potentially cause cellular damage to the skin. Frying foods in oil at high heat creates free radicals, which can harm DNA molecules and subsequently reduce the skin's elasticity. Moreover, the high sodium content in fried foods can make the skin dry, thus wrinkling it. Smoking and drinking alcohol are two great enemies of keeping skin healthy. Free radicals from smoking cigarettes can significantly impair the formation of collagen and elastin, which are important components of the skin to maintain its flexibility and repair damage. Furthermore, smoking leads to constriction of vessels under the skin, hence leading to premature aging of it. Alcohol consumption lowers the concentrations of carotenoids, which are powerful antioxidants that can neutralize free radicals to minimize oxidation. As a result, this compromises the antioxidative mechanism of the skin. High intake of sodium is commonly known to cause hypertension, which increases the likelihood of cardiovascular disease and strokes. However, did you know that consuming foods that are high in sodium is also associated with aging? Researchers found that teenagers who are overweight or obese are at a greater risk of having shorter telomeres if they also eat foods that are packed with lots of salt. Telomeres are the protective caps located at both ends of the chromosome, which is made of a long chain of DNA molecules that carry our genetic codes. The reason why telomeres are important is that they protect the DNA from stress and degradation. If telomeres are damaged, DNA is more susceptible to harm, thus speeding up the aging process. In principle, the telomeres naturally become shorter with each cell division, and this process is often seen in conditions related to old age, such as heart disease, cancer, type 2 diabetes, and dementia. When telomeres are too short, the cells will die. According to experts, obesity is a key factor that tends to speed up the telomere shortening process, and salty foods fuel the process in obese and overweight people. In terms of slowing down aging, Dr. Haidong Chu from Augusta University in Augusta, Georgia, USA, commented that lowering sodium intake, especially if you are overweight or obese, may slow down the cellular aging process that plays an important role in the development of heart disease. Healthy eating habits can make a big difference in our lives. Preventing premature aging is not just about avoiding the bad stuff. Adding healthier foods to your diet is just as important. A study suggests that having at least 5 portions of fruits and vegetables daily increases one's lifespan by 3 years. As a basic principle, please consume a wide variety of fruits and vegetables and avoid foods that tend to cause premature aging. We hope that today's show will help you identify the foods and habits that can potentially accelerate aging, and that you soon switch to a healthy plant-based diet.
When we talk about compassion, when we talk about saving even a little insect and putting them aside so that we don't step on them and so forth, then if we sit down and we eat a meal of meat, how hypocritical is that? The Venerable Jatsuma Tenzin Palmo, vegetarian.
Amazing viewers, thank you for your company on today's program.